Hi, I'm Ken Hackathorn. I'm here in Berryville, Arkansas at the Wilson Combat Manufacturing Facility. I'm going to take a tour today. I'm going to meet all the production people, the gunsmith, everybody that has a hand in producing a nice Wilson Combat firearm. We're going to go through a tour. We'll show you a step-by-step what happens here. You're going to pick up some really cool information. Stand by. Okay, hey, listen, I'm here with Guy Joubert, and he's going to give us a tour of the facility. What's your official title here?
Director of Manufacturing. Oversee the Handgun Shop, Long Gun Shop, Machine Shops, and Ammo Company.
Wow, you got a full plate to work with.
Yes, sir.
Well, where are we going to start today on the tour?
We're going to go through all the process from start to finish. We'll look at raw materials all the way to final assembly.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Let's give it a run.
Let's go.
You know, Guy, when I first came to Wilson Combat years ago, it was in the one building down below. Not a very big building.
No.
A few folks.
Yep.
A big change.
Oh yeah, big change. We've gone from one building with everybody under one roof to 7 different structures and 170 employees. Just in the handgun shop alone, we've got 50 gunsmiths.
Wow.
The long gun shop, between rifles and shotguns, we've got about 15 gunsmiths. Multiple CNC machines in the machine shops. We've got 3 total machine shops now.
I saw that. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And the product line's expanded dramatically.
Absolutely. We add new parts and pieces and new gun models every year. Just last year in 2017, we added over 1,000 SKUs to the product line. Pistol models, rifle models, new shotgun models are coming out all the time. When I first started here, one of the first projects was your full-size Hackathorn Special.
Yep. Cool.
We had to expand the warehouse due to the increase of parts and pieces that we're now manufacturing. We're not only doing stuff for 1911s like we did in the old days, but we've moved into the rifle components, shotgun components, parts and pieces for polymer frame guns, the Glocks, M&Ps, H&Ks. We just recently released sights for Springfield XD models.
Wow.
We've doing the Beretta line that we've been doing for a couple years now. That's really increased the workload in our machine shops, kicking out parts and pieces for the wide variety of options of firearms that we're working with here at Wilson Combat nowadays.
This is pretty impressive.
It is. The real fun stuff's next door. Let's head over to the handgun shop and check that out.
Cool. I'm anxious to see that.
Yes, sir. This first particular area is our customer supplied area where we handle any service issues, customized 1911s, Glocks, and Berettas. The first gunsmith we're going to talk to is your old buddy, Ron Phillips.
Hey, cool. Hey, Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Ken.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, brother.
How's life been?
Good, good. How about you?
I'm going to leave you with Ron. I'm sure you've got lots of questions and catching up to do.
We got a lot of talking to do.
Oh,
Great.
yeah. Good to see you.
Hey, I know you do a lot of different things. What is the typical thing you see the most of is where customers send guns back? Is it sight replacement, tuning? What do you get into?
We get a lot of sight replacements every time we make an advance in the sights. Why, of course, everybody wants to go with that. We get a lot of refinish just because of nicks and stuff. Lately, we've been getting a lot of things that people don't understand about 1911s, and that's where the finish around the ejection ports. So
yeah, and we know all 1911s spin brass back and leave brass marks. That's just a fact of shooting a 1911 pistol. To me, those little, and when you put like the Armor Tough finish on, what I see a lot of people mention is it got like little chips. Well, it doesn't hurt the gun. That's just proof that you actually use it.
yes.
And I know one of the questions that a lot of the fans out here are going to have is, from a service or a maintenance standpoint, what do you see that, and what do you recommend as far as spring replacement, lubrication? What are the things that you see the most of?
Lubrication, especially oil on heavy wear areas like your slide to frame rails, your barrel lugs. One of the things that a lot of people overdo is excessive grease in this particular area in the upper locking lugs.
Yeah.
They'll have a stream of grease in that circle, and it never contacts anything.
No.
Just the outer edges or the very top of the barrel contact the higher point on the inside of the slide.
You know, in the training world, one of the things I see, and it's worldwide, it's just not in the United States, is how many people I run into that simply do not lubricate their firearms.
Right.
And
right.
I tell people, it's a metal frame gun. It has to be lubricated. The polymer frame guns are pretty forgiving. But man, if you've got metal on metal, you've got to lubricate. And most people think that just a teeny drop here and a teeny drop there is enough. And I know you can over lubricate, but I tell people, generally speaking, if I shoot any more than say 200 or 300 rounds, I lightly re-lube, especially the wear points.
Well, and if I'm putting a gun together to go shoot it, I'll put a drop here, 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 here. This connector rail. Let me reach over here and get the frame. If you'll hold that, please, sir. And then I'll put a heavy drop here, here. Then when I put
it on there.
When I put the pistol together, I'll be doing this, and then reach over and get the barrel. Slide that in like that, and I would put a ring of oil here. It'll run down naturally. Then I'll put a drop on the breech face, and then I'll put a little circle right here.
Yep. And that pretty much does it.
Yep.
Spring-wise, what's your recommendation? I know it's ammo dependent, but again, another thing I see people is that, one, I see people put too heavy of springs in the guns.
Right.
And then they're shooting light ammo and it doesn't work.
Right.
Or the other is the guys that never replace the springs and shoot a lot. Is there a sweet spot that you kind of recommend?
I like to run the heaviest recoil spring my ammo will run with.
Yeah.
If you get too heavy, you'll start getting premature slide locks, and especially if you have a poor grip on the last round. You know, if you get too heavy a recoil spring and you've shot quite a bit and start to get tired, these malfunctions will become more prominent toward the end of your day.
Well, and you know, one of the things that I find interesting, Ron, is a lot of people don't want to accept it, but operator error is a huge factor.
It is.
And I see it in the training business. You see guys that the guns are perfectly functional, they work, but when you give them to certain shooters, depending on their grip, we've actually seen guys that when they fire the gun, they relax their grip almost the same instant, and then the gun will malfunction. And say, look, it's a recoil-operated gun. It has to have resistance,
and
that means a good firm grip. What are some of the other upgrades that you guys do here? I mean, I notice you offer mag wells.
This is a special mag well here. It's all one piece. This is a particular round butt. We've got short beaver tails
for carry purpose,
for
which
carry
I like.
purpose.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to switch over to ambies or from older cast parts to the new bulletproof single side.
By the way, I
ambi.
think if you're going to run an ambi, I don't care whose gun it is, this new bulletproof part is the way to go.
It's awesome.
Yeah. You know, I've got an old CQB, the gun I carry pretty much every day. It's been rebuilt, I think, twice.
Right.
And it looks like, but I tell people, if you carry a gun every day, it looks like it.
Oh, yes.
When somebody shows you a pistol looks like it's new, we know it probably lives in a safe.
Right.
But I know back in the day when we first met, the bulk of the work at Wilson Combat was all 45 ACP.
Yes.
And I remember there's a 38 Super Cycle. As it appears to me, the 9mm is becoming even more popular today.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, back in the day, well, you went from 38 Super to 9x21 to 9x23, and you know, now the standard 9mm is pretty much the way to go.
You know, I still carry a 45, but I'll be honest with you, I shoot a 9mm almost exclusively.
I'm beginning to like them more myself.
As we get older, that becomes an issue. Well, great, Ron. You know, it's good seeing you again.
You too.
And this corner is a pretty special corner. I know for a lot of customers, the mere fact that they know that Ron Phillips has got hands on their gun is
I
a
appreciate that.
reassurance that it's going to be a good product. Good seeing you again.
I'll pass you off to the Beretta guys.
You're on. Thank you.
All righty.